Get over here!
Snake, don't give up. Remember Macbeth, Act 5, Scene 3. I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor. Everyone is counting on you, Snake. You've got to do it.
There's one for you.
Okay, I've read a lot of Macbeth. I've read that many times. I don't recommend doing anything anybody from Macbeth tells you to do.
Point taken.
No. Maybe Macduff. You can trust the Macduffs, but besides that.
No, like, anyone will tell you that things in Macbeth don't end well. By the way, it's freaking cold in here.
Yeah.
So, welcome everyone to the 16th episode of Let's Play Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. I'm the Green Scorpion.
I'm the Comic Foil.
And in the last episode, we were in here and we took down Vulcan Raven, who is nowhere to be found anymore because he's quite devoured.
Yeah.
He's quite dead.
You know that movie We're Back, a Dinosaur Story?
Yeah.
He kind of did like what Screw Eye does. In
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
Where the birds take him.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers for an obscure 90s animated film.
Quite vicious. Anyway, we're gonna continue forward. We still have to stop the nuke from launching, and we need to destroy Metal Gear Rex.
Yeah, we should probably stop the nuke.
Alright, so here we go. Okay, there we go. Nice and warm, once again. Alright, so I'm gonna use this, and,
Now, if everything is to be believed, which it isn't, we only have...
Whoa, 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 whoa!
I'm glad they give you time to see them collapsing in the original...
I felt the vibrations too. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
It's like he heard you.
Yeah, he did. I'm gonna try and ambush him from here.
You could just leave the room, I think.
They're on evasion. Whoop.
2 at a time. If it was just one guy, you would
Oh, no, watch
fine.
this.
Are you trying to kick him into the hole?
Yeah. Not working enough.
Now there's snake blood all over the walls.
I wonder if I could do this.
I want to say I really respect you for not just being cheap and going through the door. But I will understand if that's what you do.
Right. You know what? Let's do this. There we go.
He just kind of stood there and took that grenade. Yeah, here comes another guy coming down the way. Oh, did somebody pop up behind you? Oh, it looked like he got shot from behind.
Yeah!
This guy's clever. There we go. Into the hole.
Still hard to aim this thing.
Yeah, there is a very realistic recoil to all guns.
Oh, geez, they're coming in from behind, yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe you should just try to forge ahead. At least you can get a better position that way.
Okay, I'm gonna go with,
Yeah, that's a neat idea. Oh, and that's what was shooting you before. There's camera guns.
Okay, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Luckily, they don't have object permanence, so they won't follow you through here.
Still, I wasted way too many rations there.
I'm also wondering what's up the stairs there, because there was more to that room.
I mean, we can go back in. Just gotta get out of here right before... Okay, yeah, you're right.
Okay, so look out for the cameras.
I have chaff grenades, don't I?
Yeah,
I
but
do.
people might hear them.
It's worth for the exploration. I'll just, make sure I can hurry the heck up.
And the problem is now we can't see the guards around the corners. You're not under enemy fire. We didn't shoot a single shot.
Okay, well, no, he was knocked down.
I think you might be safe up here, yeah.
Yeah, but I want to go ahead and, like, I'm just gonna go ahead and let him, or let the caution meter go down.
Uh-oh. I mean, you're in the corner, so you should be good.
Yes.
They don't usually check corners.
Whew, okay. Yeah, no, it's working. Like, I'm here, I am an inconspicuous little box. Nothing interesting going on here. So how you doing, by the way, Comic? It's been a while since we've been here.
It has. We've had a lot of delays in recording, mostly on my end. Busy, crazy
Personal,
time.
very understandable reasons, though. Let's be honest for a second here.
Life's gonna life, but
not to mention it is the holiday season. We're recording this just before Christmas, so this is going to be our last recording session until before Christmas, and we're probably going to squeeze in one more just before the new year, but still unsure on that. And jury's still out on that one.
We got everybody at Shadow Moses a special present. It is a solid snake. It's all wrapped up for them here. Why don't you unwrap that present, Oscar?
I think this guy's not gonna go away, is he?
I don't think so. I think this is his post. You might be able to just leave him alone.
No, I gotta knock him out.
It's the most wonderful time. Don't call for help. Oh, you jerk.
And he's down.
Okay. Nobody heard him yelling. Because they yell when they get hit, but they call for help when they're not getting hit. So if you keep hitting them, they can't call for help.
Yes.
And nobody hears their painful scream.
And I'm out of here.
Alright. Unfortunately, that was all for Stinger missiles that we already had the maximum of. But
yeah, so... Oh, well, like, we're keeping things interesting at the very least.
We never would have known if we didn't look.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so... Oh, jeez. Is this what I think? Dude.
Yep.
Did we make it here already?
That's it.
Is this...
Metal Gear.
It's Metal Gear.
My god.
Ugh. Alright, let's let this play out here.
That's a pretty tank.
So did we ever answer the question, are tanks mech, or are mechs tanks?
I don't think... I think it's that there is a overlap, that some mechs are also tanks and vice versa.
Right.
But not all mechs are tanks.
So not all mechs are tanks, but some are.
Yeah, I think that's where we landed on that.
Is it possible that all tanks are mechs?
All tanks definitely aren't mechs, because like your standard, like the tanks we were using in World War I,
yeah,
definitely are not mechs.
Yeah, you're right.
Those are tanks. But I mean, this one does have like tank treads. It has a cannon. It is like an armored vehicle.
Right.
So I don't know. It's really hard for me to determine.
Snake, it's me.
What's wrong? Did you find a good place to hide?
Yeah, thanks to the stealth gear. It looks like they
He likes to bring that up every time, doesn't he?
I have stealth gear. You don't have stealth gear.
Where are you now?
Right in front of Metal Gear.
Metal
What is
Gear.
strange?
What is?
There's nobody here. No guards. No mechanics. It's too quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you about.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys. And besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files? Don't you need a password?
Of course. But there are ways.
Are you
Way
a
to
hacker?
go, Otacon.
Yep.
Are you a hacker?
Well,
Does it look like you can get
It's
in?
the early 2000s, so
I'll give it
this
a
is
try.
still a new
I'm
thing.
counting on you.
I mean, for its time, hackers were a big deal at this point, and the fact that like Otacon is able to get in and like help us like this. Let's face it, we'd be sitting on our butts.
Oh yeah,
if-
Otacon's the best.
We'd be sitting on our butts if it weren't for Otacon.
Have you seen the original Jurassic Park lately?
No.
Um,
Mainly because this is gonna be a little bit embarrassing to admit. Jurassic Park movies freak me out.
Really?
Yes, and there's a very, very specific reason for this. When I was a kid, my parents took me to Six Flags, right? And they
Yeah.
had this this like those movie rides that like kind of takes you into
Yeah.
in a 3D movie ride.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and there was one involving Jurassic Park.
Okay.
So what happened was that I got on this ride.
Okay.
I think they spotted me.
Was there a noise just now?
Yeah.
Somebody there?
I don't think they're sure if they spotted you, though. You might be safe with the box.
You think?
I'm not 100% on that.
Wait, which one says heliport, snowfield,
building? It doesn't matter which one. Those are just used for traveling.
I know, but still, like... Let's not give them a reason to inspect the box.
You want to be in character.
Well, not really in character, because I think there's actually something involving the coding of the game. I don't know if it's in this one or in Metal Gear Solid 3, but what is present on the box or what says on the box does affect how the enemy behaves.
But if one of the guards just wanted to be extremely helpful and was like, oh, I should take this to the heliport, carries Snake's 150-pound body across the facility.
Essentially. But, yeah, no. What I was saying before, right?
Jurassic Park 3D ride.
Yeah, they took me on a Jurassic Park 3D ride, and it scared the living crap out of me. Because I was like a kid at the time. I was like 7 years old, I think.
I can see why. Jurassic Park's scary.
Yes, and ever since then... And they also tried to get me to watch Jurassic Park movies with them, because my mom is a huge fan of Jurassic Park, right?
Really?
Yes, she
I never would have guessed that about your mom.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have either, but no, she actually really does like Jurassic Park.
That's
Anyways,
really cool.
Hold that thought.
It's me again.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll break in soon?
I've never met a system I couldn't bust into.
Okay, keep trying.
Good work, Otacon.
Yeah, keep at it.
But, so yeah, like, ever since that experience and, like, just being terrified of the ride and, like, on top of, like, having to watch the movies with my parents when I was a kid, I've always been rather semi-disenchanted with Jurassic Park movies.
Guy coming right towards you.
Yep.
In the original Jurassic Park, the 2 kids that they have, the older sister, she's maybe, like, 10, just happens to be a computer hacker.
Snake?
And it's like the most fake contrived thing ever.
Bingo.
Great. So what do you got?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
Haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought. The nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile.
That's what we were telling you,
It doesn't
Otacon.
use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty
Oh.
sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one up until now?
Because of the missile's rocket propulsion system. It would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Because of that?
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
We learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections. Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
It would push back the signing of the START 3 treaty. If word gets out about this weapon, it'd cause a whole world of trouble.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You've changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested. Only simulated.
You mean with VR experiments?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No. Ocelot took it from me.
Damn.
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So, you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. We had to fix something real quick.
My bad.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It turns out that we had to adjust some sound levels. Oh, jeez, I am trapped on both sides
Don't
here.
attack us while we're fixing the mic. You jerks.
If I can knock this guy out.
These guys have no respect for the system. Whoa.
Nope.
How's it? Did you just not like how you were carrying him, so you put him down?
No, I was hoping to get something out of his, you know, body. Oh, jeez.
He did not stay down for long.
You are not calling anyone, you piece of... Goodbye.
I think he called somebody.
I'm just gonna bring this guy with me.
Aw, he's your new friend.
No.
Oh, gotta leave our friend. Sorry, Jerry. You got something from him, though.
Okay, here we go.
No sign of the AWOL man. He's right there.
Snake.
Did you find it?
No, I haven't found out about the override system yet, but I found Baker's ulterior motive.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
That's part of it. Arms Tech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That, plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile...
See, I work in the
takeover.
government now, so I actually understand
Everything was
government bid
riding on this
projects.
project, I
Oof.
guess.
And
That's
it looks
interesting.
Like they were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just give me a little bit longer.
We're counting on you, dude. Anyway, I'm actually going to check real quick. See what they're doing. It looks like they're gone, so I think I can go ahead and collect that item.
They didn't notice him there. I would think they would keep looking when they couldn't find the guy on post, but maybe they thought he just, like...
Yeah, but it's actually a good thing I moved him.
Yes,
Yeah.
no,
Otherwise
it
they would
is.
have
They
seen
would have
him.
found him.
Alright, but anyway, what I was... So, yeah, like... going back to what I was saying...
you gotta go up in that room there.
Yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, yeah, that's the reason why Jurassic Park movies freak me out a bit. Going back to that old little conversation.
It's those Dilophosaurus, man. The ones that spit with the frills that, like...
Mm-hmm. Oh, hello.
And they killed Newman from Seinfeld. Yeah, okay. Hardcore parkour.
And disengage the safety device.
It's like Mario's back jump.
We can launch anytime.
There's still no response from Washington. It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Who is he talking to?
Should I set it for Cherniton?
Is that a member of Organization 13? Who is
No.
that?
There's been a change.
No, it is
The
Liquid.
new
Liquid
target
survives.
is-
Yeah, it's totally Liquid, let's
Okay.
face it.
I mean, I knew Liquid survived, but I didn't
Why,
know if we were
boss?
supposed to know that at this point or not.
It's not... They're not even trying to hide it. It's totally Liquid.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we blew up the helicopter he was in, but...
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Galukovich would really like to see a nuclear
So
bomb
Snake's
dropped on
mildly
your
Mr.
mother.
Galukovich.
Oh, yeah!
There's nothing there.
Oh, how about that? Tie into the next
It's a
game.
nuclear
Oh.
test site.
A nuclear test site.
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the retaliatory strike from China.
That'll probably mean top secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the President will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the President's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India... I see.
This just goes to show how much of a political genius Liquid is.
When the other countries hear about the new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders.
Liquid is a political genius, but he's getting played so hard.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Like, guys, if you don't know Metal Gear yet, like, if this is your first exposure to Metal Gear, like, the game is so much bigger than this.
$1 billion.
What did you call it? The Yojimbo Gambit?
Well,
a Yojimbo Gambit is when you have two enemies, so you get them to fight each other.
In our demands.
Right.
This is more of a Batman Gambit, where characters seem to know that the other person is going to do this and then this and then this.
Okay.
Mantis might not have been
A Batman Gambit is when you say, I knew you would do that.
Gotcha.
Wolf wasn't infected either. Perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Yojimbo Gambit is,
Something to do
it's
with
named after a certain
amphetamine
Japanese
and adrenaline levels in the blood. They
folktale.
deployed a product still in development into live combat. No surprise it was unreliable. They must have been desperate.
Oh yeah, and like in case you guys are wondering, they're talking
Colonel Sergei Galukovich at
yeah, there you go,
Spetsnaz
Colonel
yet?
Sergei Galukovich and Spetsnaz. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes total sense now.
I was actually looking him up on the Metal Gear wiki.
We'll get to him in a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they were just talking about the fact that Snake, whoever Snake came in contact with, like would die.
Yeah.
For some reason.
There's nothing to worry
So far, it's
about.
been 2 people.
The Colonel wants
Funny how it's only been 2 people, and then it just
Not
like
counting the
doesn't.
people who died because Snake shot them
Yeah.
a bunch of times.
But yeah, it's like no, like there were only 2 heart attacks. You'd think there'd be more of those if this is such a crazy situational coincidence.
Metal Gear will allow
Yeah.
them to gain first strike capability over the rest.
But then
of the
again, maybe
world.
they're trying to throw us off the
regular army
throw us off the trail or something. I don't know.
It's complicated.
It's
Restore their country's
That's an
military
understatement
power.
for anything involving the Metal Gear series, dude.
It's like catching a cold. You know, you can be around people who have a cold, and presumably you're going to catch a cold, but sometimes you just don't right away.
So,
Like,
he's the one who gave us the hind.
even a game as
He's got over
Look
Like,
at those
oh,
different
soldiers
colored
under his command.
backgrounds on their
If we joined
laptops.
forces,
These
we could put up
tryhards.
quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm
Oh.
worried about the men's morale.
I think the majority of their
An
men are
alliance with the
brainwashed.
Russians would
Yep.
boost that as well.
That's
What are
interesting.
you saying?
I never caught that before.
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here. It's going to be a long war.
We could still escape.
We have the new nuclear power, and we're going to ally with Galukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? Fighting the whole world? From here, we can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar and totally immune to interception. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads. Once we get the DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
But boss, what about your promise to Colonel Galukovich?
Oh,
I have no interest in
Cocky
the
arm
revival
throw
of
off.
Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, you can call this place Outer Heaven.
Big Boss's dream.
dramatic zoom in.
Boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden? If the code is entered again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief and the arms tech president are both dead.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good.
So that's interesting.
Then
Ocelot
no one
knows
can
Snake is
stop
here, but he's
Metal
not
Gear
telling
now.
Liquid. What's your game,
By
Ocelot?
the way, what should we do with that woman? Want me to kill her?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
Snake, keep your voice down. For God's sakes.
Snake, I found Baker's top-secret files.
Otacon, I can't talk right now.
How's it
I'm
going?
being
They
sneaky.
finished inputting the PAL codes. So, how do we deactivate them?
Okay, you see, the override system that the President was talking about, it can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
You need the keys for input. 3 of them.
But I only have the one. Where are the others?
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
What are you talking about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
Shape memory alloy.
This is such a weird thing they invented. I kind of love it.
The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah. The card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in one. Clever.
Uh-huh. I mean, that is actually pretty clever.
So the key will be read differently if it's extremely hot or extremely cold.
Yep.
And that's why they have 3 identical laptops with different
Those 3
Windows
laptop
backgrounds.
terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen. Each
Oh yeah, there is
symbol
actually.
corresponds
I
to
forgot
each
about that.
key. You input the keys in order from left to right. The left one's for the room temperature key. See the symbol? Next to that goes the low temperature key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Okay, I got it. First I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
Snake, do you really need your binoculars for that?
All you do is insert the card keys. After
I've
you
been
insert
meaning
the
to see
key
my
into the
optometrist.
module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing. You can only use the key 3 times. It's an emergency system, and it's only meant to be used once.
The world is riding on that key, Snake.
So that's another thing. You can only use the key set once to deactivate it or to activate it.
Who's that?
So once he deactivates it, he cannot immediately reactivate it. Alright, so he was okay with Snake being there until he saw the card.
The key fell in the drainage ditch.
Well, crabs.
This is bulletproof glass.
You moron!
I'll enjoy watching you die.
Snake, you've got to get that key.
Okay, so I forget what happens here.
Yeah, I forgot the whole part about losing the key. Oh, but there's food here. There wasn't food there a second ago.
Oh wow, they have to do a whole transition. So they know we're here, and yet they're not doing anything?
Yeah, I thought they were going to call a whole bunch of guards in.
Alright, then in that case, I'm going to take this opportunity to say thank you guys for joining us for episode 16 of Let's Play Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. I am the Green Scorpion.
I'm the Comic Foil.
And in the next episode, looks like we got some swimming to do.
We can't get into Metal Gear because we lost our keys.
Yeah.
Don't you hate when that happens?
No, I mean, I wonder, how often are you in a situation where you lose your key and can't get into your car?
More than I care to admit.
I guess we'll get some, I guess maybe we can get some inquiry on that later. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode. Nothing? No witty repartee?
No, I'm not feeling it this time.
Huh. I'm shocked.
I'm gonna keep it for next time.
Never mind.
You forced it out of me.
I should have learned my lesson by now.
I'm
I'm going to my happy place. Goodbye.
We had this whole thing locked up, and you had to reopen it. I know, I'm such a card.
Shut up!
You brought this on yourself.
Stop it.